Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Today I am going to bring you my tournament report from Knoxville, and I'm also going to talk to you guys about the people I met, the things that I saw in Knoxville, and also I want to touch on a little bit of the good and the bad in the Pokemon community, and I saw both at Knoxville. But before I get into that, I'm going to talk about my tournament report from Knoxville, basically Saturday. So let's go ahead and jump into that. All right. So I go into round one. And, I meet my opponent, say, hey, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He flips over Guardian. I'm like, man, why do I have to play Guardian the first round? I'm like, gosh. I was like, y'all are testing me right from the get-go, playing Guardian. Of course, I'm playing the deck that I always play. I'm playing Pikarom. I'm going up against Guardian. And man, I was just like, I know what I need to do. I know how to do it. So I set up my Pokemon. I go full blitz, power Pachuchu. And next thing you know, I ended up, I win game one. And I literally just smash him. Win game one quick, And then, well, not quickly, but game one was actually long. But I won game one. And then we start game two, game two goes on, and we didn't get to play too much of game two because of how long the game is. Guardian is a deck that basically just generally stalls you out. With charms, with everything. It's not their fault It's not their fault that basically it's kind of slow, but it's just the game is slow, So with me winning game one, and since game two really didn't end, I basically win the whole match, which was actually really good for me. So we move on to game two. Not game two, but my second match, round two. Round two, I face another Guardian player. And, I was actually confident from my first game. I was just like, all right, I was confident from my first game. Since I was like, you know what, I'll just go in, win the first game, and then see where it goes. So, we both set up, we both do our things, and just like before, I win my first game. And I was like, okay, I'm in the first game. And then we get into the second game. And we get in the game state where both of his Guardians have damage on them, but they also have Fairy Charms on them. And the last play he does was he plays Power Plant, knocks off my second Lysander Labs, and he kind of locks me and says, all right, it's your turn, go. And then I go. I already have my third Lysander's Labs in my hand. So I'm just like, okay, I play this down. I have energies on my Pikarom and Choo-Choo. I go Tag Switch, energy for the turn. And then I go Tag Bolt, and I take out both his Guardians at once. Because of Tag Bolt, and they have damage on them, and Lysander's Labs is out. I take all 6 of my prizes in one turn, which was like that was just like so epic and so memorable. It was just great, just like a great moment when you can take all 6 of your prizes at once. So I was on a roll. I'm 2-0 now in the tournament, And then I go into my third round and I play against Blounds. you know. And that matchup goes basically how it normally goes. I beat Blounds 2-0, you know. So I cleared that out. And now I'm 3-0. Oh my gosh. I'm like, man, could this actually happen? Could I actually do well at this tournament and make day 2? You know, I'm 2-0 right now. And then, so, not 2-0, I mean 3-0 right now. So I go into my 4th round. My 4th round, I go and play against birds. Bird flu, whatever you want to call it. And so going to the match, you know, I know what I need to do to win. And so, you know, I flip over my starting Pokemon, and my starting Pokemon is a Mew. And oh man, automatically everything is going to go bad. I have like, well, it's not the worst starter, but it's not a good starter against Pidgey. You know, so I start with this Mew, and you know, I start going through my game plan, the things that I need to do for the game. I set up, I full blitz, but my bench gets heavily clogged. And since my bench is really clogged, I wasn't able to play down Zero Aura GX. And I needed Zero Aura GX on my bench to help me close out the game. And I couldn't close out the game. With that being said, I actually almost won against Birds that first game. You know, like I said, I full blitzed, and not to mention that, but I even tag bolted. I custom captured one of his Pidgeys, and I tag bolted both of his Pidgeys, 2 of his Pidgeys off the board, you know. And then after that, of course, he cold crushed me with Articuno GX. But then my Mew, which was my first Pokemon that I started with, I was like, you know what? I'm going to hit him with Mew. And so I send out Mew, and I put damage counters on his Articuno GX on the bench to knock him out. Because, I mean, he had to retreat him because, you know, there was no energies on him. He had to get him out of the active. So I knocked out his Articuno with 2 damage counters from Mew. And then I also put damage counters on his last Pidgeotto on his board. So I almost knocked that out, you know. And after I knocked out Articuno, I was at 1 prize. So I only needed 1 more prize, and I almost got it with Mew. But the first game went on so long, he finally got the lockup, and you know, he finally got the lockup. And after so many times that I kept draw passing, I was like, you know what? You win game 1. Let's try to go to game 2. Game 2 really didn't go nowhere. It really didn't end. Time was called. Basically, since I gave him game 1, he won the home series, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, you know, things didn't go well for me. I didn't have the right starter, but you know, I still gave him a run for his money, you know, but you know, I did the best that I could in that situation. Even though that was like a winning, even though that was a favorable matchup, a winning matchup that I could win, just like unfortunate luck, you know, happened, and just the gameplay and everything that happened. The fifth round, I went up against, I think I went up against a Mew box. And that's a bad matchup for me. Did everything that I could, you know, to set up, and basically, everything that I did just wasn't good enough. Mewtwo is a powerful deck. One thing they did against me was, one in the 5th round, he basically used Cross Divide GX to basically, to knock out one of my tag teams and also put damage on my other Pokemon. which was very shocking to me because usually you don't use cross divide against Picaro, you know. But I mean, he saw an opportunity and he took it, and it really shook me that game. So yeah, U-Box won that one. My sixth round, I went up against Reshizard. Now this Reshizard deck, let me tell you, I have never seen a Reshizard deck that I've never seen a Reshizard deck go off this much. Like this was literally the perfect Reshizard deck. Like he hit everything. He hit everything. He had Welder every turn. He was getting energy attachments. He had down to Ninetales. He had down to Heatran. I mean, like everything was flowing for him. It was great. And I mean, I'm just sitting back just watching this. I mean, yes, I'm playing my normal turns. I'm getting off my full blitz. I'm doing everything that I can to try to win. And this guy, he just gets everything. Like everything. And I'm just like, wow. You know, he just destroys me. Both games just destroys me. I'm just like, there is nothing I can do. Literally nothing I can do. You just destroyed me, man. Like, I mean, I'm playing perfectly, you know, but oh my God, I can't top that. I can't top that. Even if I'm playing at the top of my game, I can't top that. So, you know, I was like, kudos to you, bro. And then the next match, I think it was like the 7th round, I play against another U-Box. And again, I'm playing against a bad matchup. Everything that I basically do, you know, they basically counter it. They tag purge me. It just was just unwinnable for me. I mean, everything that I can do just wasn't good enough. It's just the worst matchup. U-Box is the worst matchup for Pico Round, and I just got taken out. That's just the end of it. And then the 8th round, I played against another Reshizard player. That was a close matchup. I basically almost won that. He wins the first game. I win the second game. And then we get into game 3. You know, time is called. We really didn't get a chance to really play. I mean, we did, but it was just like we were trying to do the turns, and we both realized that it was gonna end in a tie. So basically, I was just like, you know what, you can have it. You know, we're not really fighting for points here. It's just like we're just playing just to play. I was like, you can have the win. You know, so you know, good game, man. You know, and then my last round, I face up against another U-Box. Another U-Box. At this point, I was tired of U-Box. I was so tired of U-Box. I was so done. But we go back and forth. He wins the first game. I win the second game. You know. And then the third game, we didn't get a chance to play the third game, so we ended it in a tie. So my record for the whole day was 3-5-1. 3-5-1, which was really bad. I mean, it tells a story that I basically lost a lot of rounds, but within those rounds, my deck actually did perform really well. It performed really well. You know, my opponents just basically, you know, got better luck, had a better outcome. You know, the Reshizard player ran hot. U-Box is just the worst matchup for me. I knew I was going to lose those. So yeah. So that was my like kind of little tournament report of what happened to me after round 3. But now I'm gonna get into like, the things that I saw, the people I met. I met a lot of great people. Um, this community is great, and I love it. The people that I met Rahul again because I saw him at Worlds, and then I met him in Knoxville, which is really cool. He's really a cool guy to talk to. I also met Sierra Dawn. She's really cool to talk to. I met Andrew Mahone. Andrew Mahone, like I think I just got starstruck by Andrew Mahone. I also took a picture with him. I asked him what he was playing for the event. He said he was playing Pikarom and he was 7-1. And I was like, wow. I was like, my boy's like playing the same deck that I'm playing and killing it. I was like, man, that just made me so happy. That just made me so happy. Like that's like the best thing in the world when the people you admire, the people you look up to, they're basically playing the same thing that you're playing and doing well with it. I'm just like, okay, that basically lets me know in my mind that what I'm doing when I'm playing is not a bad deck. When I'm playing, it's actually decent. It's actually good. I think I just hit some unfortunate matchups, or maybe just had some unfortunate luck. So that just kind of like encourages me more to do better, to do well. I met so many great people, and also talking to the people from back home, the people who are my friends who came up to the tournament, talking with them, doing things with them, made the tournament worthwhile. One person that I met at the tournament, who's one of my fans from actually my YouTube. His name is Ricky James Smith. He is a really cool guy. He's a really cool guy. Said he got some advice from me from one of my YouTube videos, which is like really cool. I'm actually honored. I'm honored because like if somebody comes up to me, says that they like my videos, like watching me, says that they got advice from me or anything like that, I'm honored. I'm totally honored. Like, I am honored and humble for any of the fans that I have in the Pokemon community, which is really, really great. I'm just totally humbled, because I'm not a big Pokemon YouTuber or anything like that. I'm just a guy who likes to do fun videos, put out some good content, talk about deck strategies, articles, things like that. But I'm nobody big, so if somebody says that they appreciate what I do, I'm totally humbled. That gets me right here at my heart, and I love it, and I love that. To Ricky and to all those people, to all those fans and people who watch me, who watch me, I just like to say thank you. Thank you to all you guys who support me, who get behind me. Just thank you so much. But another thing I want to talk about is the good side and the bad side of the community. There's a good side of the community, that'll support you, people who are nice, people who are really genuine, people who are accepting, people like Zach Lesage, Andrew Mahone, Sierra Dawn, Rahul, there's also the dark side of Pokemon. You know, people who basically talk you down, witch hunt. There's the online aspect of it. People saying bad things in chat. Just, you know, it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. And I hate that it's a part of this community. I really do. You know, there are people out there that no matter how hard you try, you know, that, you know, they'll walk away from you. They won't even talk to you. They won't even acknowledge you. You know, no matter how hard you try. Like I remember Saturday, I went up to talk to like two or three of my friends. You know, about, you know, I was like, you know, asking about their record, how they were doing in the tournament, things like that. And all of a sudden, while I was talking to them, I mean, I was talking to all of them as a whole, you know, asking each one of them how they did, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, I see one of them, they don't say anything, but they just walk off. They walk off, they don't say anything, and they just literally, it was just like the worst disrespect you could ever have. Like, it was just like, boom, they don't say anything, they just walk off. And so I'm like, okay, you know, you walk off, you don't want to talk to me, all right, that's fine, you know. And then, you know, later on in the tournament, you know, all right, you know what, I'm going to try again, you know, because, you know, like, I don't want any bad blood between me, my friends, or anyone. Or, you know, or anybody. Even if you're not my friends. Even if I'm meeting you for the first time, you know, even if we had words online, or if something happened, or if like a situation happened online or something like that, you know, I don't want any bad blood between us. You know, I want you to meet the real me. I want you to get to know me. I want people to really find out who I am, who the real Sammy Ketchum is. But yeah, I tried again. And I was like, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? How's your records? The guy just walks off again. And I'm just like, wow. You know, that is like really some bad disrespect. Like dang, dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're one of my homies. You know, you're from my hometown. You know, we go to tournaments all the time together. You know, and you just can't just for 1 second, you know, just like, you know, like you just can't for 1 second be a respectable person, you know. And I'm just like, wow, you know, I just, like, for people like that, who basically, people like that, who are just automatically toxic to you, like, you know, I don't want to say to just write them off, but, you know, I guess there comes a point in time where there's some people you just can't talk to. There's some people you just can't be nice to. You know, you want to, but you just can't, you know. You know, and that's something that, like, I don't want that, you know. I want to be nice to everyone, you know. And, you know, I'm a fun caring guy, you know. I mean, I'm one of the only masters that goes around carrying a plushie to all of my games and have my Amphy set up my games. And yeah, my Amphy's, like, he's the slip holder. Like, they pass out the slips for the tournament, and like my Amphy's holding the slips. So it's just like the cutest thing. So, you know, like, I mean, I'm harmless, you know. So, you know, I mean, but for people who are toxic, who who basically can't see past the reason, who keep being toxic in the community, online and in real life. I just want to say to you, please grow up, get a life, and get over it. You know, but other than that, the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take a little break. I'm not going to be jumping into Expanded. I'm not going to Richmond. I'm going to be taking a little break. I'm going to be focusing on Cosmic Eclipse. I'm going to have some content coming out for that. Maybe some deck profiles, things like that, with proxies, of course, because the cards haven't came out. I'm focused on Cosmic Eclipse, and you probably see me at Daytona later on. So those are going to be my goals for, for the video, things like that. Other than that, that's a wrap. All right. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And as always, take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.